This is the EQS 580, the pinnacle of Mercedes-Benz's electric lineup. And now that it's being assembled in India, it's priced even lower than the fuel-burning S. Today we're going to answer two questions. One, as an electric, does it ask you to make any compromises? And two, is this the S you must consider? Presence is one thing that the EQS makes no compromises on. I mean, just look at it.
The near-perfect silhouette, flush door handles, it's a smooth operator. More UFO than car.
The standouts for me are for sure that front end with those digital light headlamps, those crazy looking rear tail lights, 20-inch alloys, and of course, that silhouette. Mercedes claims that it's the most efficient car at cutting through the air with a coefficient of drag as low as 0.20. This is the seat you want to be in the EQS, and that's because of, well, what's under your right foot. But we'll get to that a little bit later. While we're driving through this nice country lane, what you can't see is a rather badly surfaced road. And what the EQS is really good at is smoothing that out and keeping things quiet in the cabin as well. So very good insulation, we're in comfort mode, and the car is comfortable. What you do have to watch out for is ground clearance.
The suspension does lift up over annoying speed bumps and can even remember the GPS location of said speed bumps on your regular route.
But for those speed breakers that come out of nowhere, you do want to leave the access to that function on the screen so you can quickly get at it. And another thing that the EQS does brilliantly is, well, in a tight little twisty road, it really just shrinks. That's all down to that rear wheel steering. 10 degrees of steer with the rear wheels. So when you're going around sharp corners, it tightens those corners up really nicely and gives you more stability on the highway as well. And it's a feature that's complimentary for the first 500 buyers of this car. You will have the option of adding it in later on.
And now for what's under that right pedal. 0-100 kmph in 4.3 seconds looks like this. A car that weighs 2.5 tons has no business being this fast, while being as easy to drive and maneuver as a much smaller car. The EQS boasts the most range from an electric yet. Over 850 ARI certified kilometers in standard test conditions. So you should easily expect over 650 kilometers in the real world from its 107.8 kilowatt-hour battery. What's more, in addition to the mandated 8-year warranty, service is just once in every 2 years or every 30,000 kilometers. More than enough to quell any anxiety about switching to electric.
Another place that the EQS makes no compromise is in its tech package. I mean, just look at these screens. 12.5 inches, 17.7 inches, and another 12.5 inch screen. It has to be the most impressive array of screens on a car till date. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the tech package in this car.
There's individual user profiles accessible via fingerprint and face recognition. Connected car tech that can preset car climate control for the time you have to leave for office every day. Active ambient lighting that gives you alerts and safety prompts in addition to looking fabulous at night. Incredible 15-speaker sound, and of course soft leatherette upholstery and wood in this beautiful cabin. And that heads-up display is really a driver's delight. But
in fact, that list just keeps going on and on and on. And if we tell you about everything in here, well, this video will be a lot longer. The other thing we're going to talk about is seating comfort. So up here in the front, either in the passenger or the driver's seat, you have everything that you'd want. So the seats are ventilated, they're heated as well if you need that, and they both have massage functions. But that's not quite the case in the rear.
The rear seats are spacious, comfortable, can recline, and are air-cooled. You also get a second wireless phone charger, but that's about where the frills stop. There's no boss seat function like in the S-Class, no entertainment screens, and no massage functions either. You'll never feel uncomfortable here, but not quite as pampered as in the S.
So really, this is the seat you want to be in. With the EQS 580, Yes, it ticks a lot of boxes. But as the day has gone on through today and we've spent more time with it, with a car with so many features, we've slowly started to notice a few things that, well, you may miss. So things like massage seats in the rear, privacy blinds in the rear as well, or even finer details like soft closed doors. And these are the things that don't really jump out in the brochure and may not even matter to you. But if you like all these finer details, then the regular S-Class still ticks all of those boxes as well. Now with that EQS 580 and its pricing, you really do have to talk about, well, sibling rivalry. So as we all know, the EQS is available in two distinct flavors. This, the EQS 580, and of course the EQS AMG variant. Speaking about the AMG variant, that has a pure Jekyll and Hyde character. More Hyde than Jekyll, and with that insane performance, less than 4 seconds in the sprint to 100, oodles of performance, and well, those interiors. It really is, well, always playing its A game. With the EQS 580, it plays the game the other way around. So most of the time it's calm and collected, as you would probably want it to be. And when you do go into sport mode, well, there's plenty of performance, as we've seen, more than enough for an everyday car. And then of course you have the regular S-Class. And that really is more focused at comfort in, well, all 4 seats, but primarily that boss seat. And well, if that's primarily your reason for buying a car like this, that boss seat, then you may want to stick to the S-Class oil burner. And finally, let's answer those first 2 questions. As an electric, the EQS 580, well, there are very few cars out there who could offer you more than what it does. But when it comes to that sibling rivalry, pitching this against the regular S-Class, well, that's all down to your requirements. And yes, I'm sure there are individuals out there who will snap these up in an instant. For that performance, comfort, barely any compromises, and the bragging rights of that green plate. But if you really need just that boss seat, the S still has the edge.